Hi guys, Camelia here. Today I will be reviewing The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. This is a novel written from 15-year-old Charlie's point of view, and it is written as a series of letters to someone, although the author never actually reveals who he's writing to. This story is extremely touching and extremely relatable. At one point in the story, Charlie talks about feeling infinite. He's driving in a car with his friends and all the windows are down and they're blasting good music, and he talks about how he feels infinite, and he tells it to his friends and they understand. I found that part really touching. It actually spoke to me in a way because I felt that way before. Charlie's considered a wallflower. He observes life, but he doesn't actually participate. The story reminds you of how it feels to be young and have your whole life ahead of you and waiting to see what happens next. And the author writes so that when Charlie is sad or depressed, you feel his pain, and that when Charlie's happy, you feel ecstatic. This novel really captures the spirit of angst and youth and what it feels like to be growing up in this big, crazy world. A lot of critics have actually compared this novel to The Catcher in the Rye. I found it actually a lot more appealing than The Catcher in the Rye, but maybe because that book was written over 50 years ago, it's not so relatable now. I guess it could actually be called a modern-day Catcher in the Rye. It has definitely a lot of similarities, although I must admit that I actually liked it more. In the beginning of the story, I actually felt as though Charlie might be a little bit on the slow side, possibly on the spectrum of autism somewhere. The more and more I read, though, I realized he's just an incredibly socially awkward yet intuitive young man. He doesn't have any problems. He has issues in the story, yes, but he is normal. He just feels and sees things differently than other kids his age do. It's a coming-of-age book about how he's trying to find his way in the world. He's going into high school. He's making friends with kids that are older than him and eventually go off to college. I really would recommend this book. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The ending of the story has a twist that I did not at all expect, and it totally broke my heart to read it. The way the author writes this story, and when you finish reading it, it makes you feel as though you could actually have a different outlook on life. You view things differently, which is incredible for a book to be able to do that. This story is heartbreaking, humorous, amazing, devastating, all of those different things all in one. I could probably think of at least 100 different adjectives to describe this book, and it still wouldn't be enough. It's a must-read for everybody, regardless of gender, age, sexual orientation, etc. I think everyone should at least read this book once. The book is called The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. It's about 213 pages long. I read it in about 2 days, and then I read it again just to make sure I didn't miss anything, which I do a lot. Everyone should read this book, seriously. It is a book that should be given out in high school. Thanks for watching!